Did you know that you have to pay quarterly taxes if you own your own landscaping business? In this video, I'm going to talk about what are the quarterly tax due dates and how do you do this easy and simply so you can make sure you pay your taxes in your landscaping business. So I'm Keith Kalfas, Kujo Yardwear. You can save 10% off all Kujo Yardwear if you use promo code Keith10 during checkout. Let's get started. So the quarterly tax due dates are April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, January 15th. What does that mean for you? That means that you estimate how much you're going to have to pay in taxes for the end of the calendar year, like when you're done and wrapping up and doing your taxes. It could be 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 grand, right? Based off that estimate, you want to break that up into 25% increments and mail off to the IRS and state. First of all, I'm not a certified public accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you any advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just trying to help you start your landscape business. You should go find a certified public accountant and help you do this. But just to let you know, and as a reminder, you should pay estimated taxes each quarter. So therefore, at the end of the year, when you're doing your taxes, you're not going to owe some major lump sum and it's not going to be shocking to you, right? It could be as simple as mailing off, $1,500 each quarter, right? Obviously, you'd want to mail it out before April, June, September, and January 15th, so it gets there on or before the 15th, correct? Now, I mail out state and federal quarterly estimated taxes. How do I do this? Well, I sit down with my accountant and he pre-prints them off for me and puts them inside of the green envelopes that I give him with all of my tax returns. And then in the front envelope are these payment vouchers, right? It could be $2,500 per quarter, whatever the estimate is. I don't know how much revenue you do in your business. You're going to cut it. You're going to take a check. And if you're mailing personal taxes, you can mail it from your personal account or from your business account. From what I learned, don't quote me on this, they don't care as long as they get paid and you're documenting everything. So I have a bookkeeper who manages all my books and makes sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted, and I pay all my taxes. And if you need a bookkeeper, go to yourblueskies.com/Kalfas. I'll put a link in the description below for Dan Platta. He's my bookkeeper. He owns the bookkeeping agency and they're phenomenal. And you'll actually save, I think, like a couple $100 on your fees and setup for if you use my code. I'll put a link in the description below for the bookkeeper. It'll be really helpful for you. So what I do is I pre-book these dates in my calendar and I do my finances every single Saturday anyways, right? So I put this stuff out on a desk. In my house, I have a special place. So if you don't have a place, you should get a desk. Even if you don't have a desk, go find one on Facebook Marketplace or grab a little tiny fold-out table or some corner that's dedicated to doing your finances. Go to like Office Depot or Walmart or something and get a file folder cabinet organizer that you can pull out and organize your tax returns. I know it's there. It's sitting on my desk. I say, oh, I gotta mail that out on Saturday so it can get there before the 15th, right? So I take scissors, I cut it, I write the checks, state, federal, order stamps. I just order them on Amazon. And then another thing that I do is I take my phone and I take pictures of every check that I send out to for taxes and all tax related stuff. I have a Google Drive folder called Kalfas 2020 taxes, Kalfas 2021 taxes, another folder, Kalfas 2022 taxes, and every time I get anything throughout the entire year related to taxes, I take a picture of it with my phone and immediately in real time it gets uploaded to the cloud in the Google Drive folder for my taxes, right? So therefore you always have a real-time cloud folder that's totally free where you can get access to your taxes, right? So you have proof of everything that you've done, and when you sit down with your accountant, you can give him everything that you need, him or her, everything you need right then and there. So now that you're mailing your estimated quarterly taxes, how much should you mail? I don't know, go find an accountant and make sure you don't miss any of those payments, right? And then these big folders are all of my tax returns for both of my businesses. And what I do, I keep everything in here, returns, W-2s, 1099s, various notes, where from stocks and bonds and crypto stuff, everything related to taxes and profit and loss statements and balance sheets, all inside of these folders. Now, when April 15th comes, before April 15th, you also have to make another payment out to the IRS and state. You have to mail your year-end filings to square up with the IRS for money that you owe them based off of your profits, right? So when you do business, you can write off all of your expenses and you have deductions, but then you have to pay taxes on your profits. And I don't know if you have an LLC or an S Corp, you can read the book by Robert Kiyosaki called Own Your Own Corporation and Run Your Own Corporation. There's a bunch of phenomenal ones by Garrett Sutton and Tom Wheelwright, like Tax-Free Wealth, and all these phenomenal books like Lower Your Taxes Big Time. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I'm not giving you any tax advice. I'm just saying check out these books. They're really, really good. Another tip is going out of your way to try to save every little penny on taxes or find write-offs is not worth it. You could spend that time going and hustling and just making more money, because if something changes in the tax law, you're trying to get through some loopholes, you can save extra money all over. Like, I don't know, what if you get audited and you got to pay that money back? Is that even worth it, right? Because I know one of the really cool things about owning a small business is you got so much stuff that's a write-off anyways, like your business phone, marketing and advertising, which benefits you anyways. If you've got a truck that you drive, you can write off all the business use of that. You can write off a lot of stuff. Now, back to April 15th, make sure you mail those checks to the IRS and state for your tax returns. And then, yeah, you just get in the habit of paying quarterly taxes and paying tons of insurance. And oh yeah, this is the next thing I was going to say. So not only should you pay quarterly taxes, I'm on payroll. So if you're just a single member LLC, you have something called pass-through income. So you don't quote me on this, but if you're not on payroll, trying to get financed for anything without having actual W-2 income, like as an employee of your business as well, and you pay yourself the larger portion of the money that you earn through a payroll, and then the rest of the profit distributions that you get taxed on as self-employment tax, you want like the higher percentage. You're supposed to pay yourself what's called a reasonable salary, and a salary would be that of like on payroll, right? So I just want to do everything by the book, so I pay myself payroll through both businesses and pay all the taxes on the payroll bi-weekly, plus the payroll filing fees and pay-by-pay work comp and general liability insurance, health insurance, life insurance, home insurance, fire insurance. There's all these insurances. You just live in a cardboard box paying all these insurances. I'm just joking. I'm just having some fun. So anyways, the way I'm finally kind of seeing it is like your business is this entity that's like a buffer tank that has money and accounts, and then you're an employee of the business. You just happen to be the main sales guy and run the business, but then you're an employee of the business. You get all the perks and benefits of the business, but you have to make sure you're doing your due diligence and keeping the business licensed and insured and paying all the taxes and all that stuff, and then you get to reap all these benefits. Right? That was my doggy. Oh, he took your bone. If you like to listen while you work, check out my podcast, the Untrapped Podcast with Keith Kalfas. We just crossed 350,000 downloads on all major platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll put some links below to some really informative videos about the finances, about your landscaping business. All right, I gotta go hustle.